You are an ancient human. Something is wrong with someone in your group. They are not bleeding. They have no broken bone. But they have stopped eating. They stare into the fire for hours. They wake up terrified. They speak to someone nobody else can see. They wander from camp. They say something is following them. You do not have words like depression, psychosis, trauma, or epilepsy. You have no hospital, diagnosis, medication, or therapist. All you know is that a person you depend on is changing in a way you cannot explain. And in a small ancient group that is not only sad, it can be dangerous. Ancient humans survived through other people. Someone found water. Someone remembered safe plants. Someone watched the children. Someone kept the fire alive. Someone knew the path home. So when one person could no longer sleep, eat, hunt, travel, or stay safe, everyone felt it. But ancient people did not divide life into neat modern categories. The body, the mind, the family, the weather, dreams, spirits, ancestors, and illness could all feel connected. A suffering person might be seen as grieving, cursed, sick, possessed, punished, or touched by something powerful. The explanation changed the response to us. Possession can sound like superstition, but ancient people lived among forces they could not see. Wind moved the grass. Disease appeared without warning. Dreams could feel more real than waking life. Thunder came from nowhere. Plants could heal you or kill you. So when a familiar person seemed to become unfamiliar, an invisible cause was not a random idea. It was an attempt to explain an invisible problem that did not make every belief correct, but it did make the belief understandable. If a group believed a spirit was involved, it might answer with ritual, smoke, drums, prayer, song, water, fire, fasting, or a healer's guidance. Ritual gave fear a shape. It gave the family something to do, and it could bring people around someone who might otherwise be left alone. Some ancient care was gentle. Rest near a fire, food and water, herbs, a warm bath, someone staying awake through the night, family keeping watch. The healer might be an elder, a priest, a midwife, or simply the person who knew the most about plants, birth, death, dreams, and injury. They stood between what the group could see and what it feared. But compassion was never guaranteed. The same person could be protected as spiritually important, treated as ill, feared as cursed, or restrained as dangerous. Ancient life was not secretly enlightened. People could be isolated, punished, or driven away. The same symptoms could lead to completely different lives depending on the story a community told about them. Then there is trepanation, cutting, scraping, or drilling an opening into the skull. Archaeologists have found ancient skulls with carefully made holes, some showing signs that the person survived long afterward. It is tempting to say this was always done to let demons out, but the evidence does not let us say that. Some trepanations may have treated head injuries. Some may have been ritual. Some may have been connected to illness or distress. In many cases, we simply do not know the skull survived. The reason did not. What it does show is that ancient people tried to intervene when something seemed terribly wrong. Sometimes bravely, sometimes dangerously, sometimes with consequences we can only guess at. And to be clear, this is history, not medical advice. Once civilizations began writing, we can finally see people trying to describe mental suffering in their own words. Across the ancient world, unusual behavior could be linked to gods, ghosts, imbalanced grief, the heart, or the brain. Then some Greek physicians made an important argument. Not every disturbance came from the gods. Some were natural illnesses. The Greek theory of 4 bodily humors was wrong. Black bile does not cause depression, but the larger shift mattered. It suggested that a suffering person was not always sinful, cursed, or possessed. They might be sick. That opened the door to observation. Are they sleeping, eating, feverish, grieving, injured, afraid? What happened before they changed? Those questions are attempts to understand a person instead of simply blaming them. Treatment followed the theory. If the body was thought to be out of balance, people used diet, rest, exercise, bathing, massage, and changes in routine. They also used purging and bloodletting, which could be harmful. At Greek healing sanctuaries, people prayed, bathed, slept in special spaces, received guidance, and stepped away from ordinary stress. These places were not modern mental health clinics, but rest, safety, hope, routine, touch, and social attention can matter to a suffering person even when the explanation behind them is wrong. That is one strange truth of medical history. A bad theory can still contain a few helpful actions. Ancient people were not emotionally simpler than us. They lost children, survived violence, endured hunger, buried family members, watched storms destroy shelter, lived with injuries, infection, migration, and death close by. They did not have the word PTSD, but a body does not need a modern label to remember fear. After a frightening event, people may have gathered, mourned, sung, told stories, and repeated what happened until it had some meaning. That could not erase pain, but it may have made pain easier to carry. Story, ritual, and mourning were not cures for every kind of suffering. They were ways a group could say, "This happened, it matters, and you do not have to hold it alone." We should not romanticize this. Ancient medicine could be brutal. Caesars could be mistaken for possession. Depression could be blamed on spirits. A person judged dangerous could be restrained or exiled. Modern mental health care is better. Therapy, medication, crisis care, research, and diagnostic language save lives. But the ancient world still leaves us with one uncomfortable idea. Suffering was often visible to the group. People noticed when someone stopped eating. They noticed when someone disappeared or changed. That attention was not always kind, but attention itself matters. Humans are not only brains inside skulls. We are shaped by sleep, grief, safety, food, stress, family, loneliness, memory, and hope. Healing often takes more than one person. So how did ancient humans treat mental illness? With the tools and stories they had, sometimes with prayer, ritual, herbs, rest, food, water, music, family care, and storytelling. Sometimes with restraint, exile, or frightening procedures like trepanation. Some of it was compassionate, some was useless, some was horrifying. Some may have helped for reasons ancient people did not understand. But beneath every ritual and every explanation was the same question we still face. What do we do when someone we love becomes lost inside their own mind? The modern answer must include better medicine and better knowledge, but it should also include something ancient: protection, patience, people. Someone staying near the fire, someone bringing water, someone listening, someone saying in whatever language they had, "You're still one of us."